All right, we're just getting rolling here. A few seconds. All right, we're just getting. All right. Welcome in. It is Friday, April 20, what are we, the 24th. And we are here at Seattle International Airport, formerly known as SeaTac. We're on the south side of the airport today. Welcome in to Go Flying. We're going to be catching all the arriving traffic on 3-4 left for today. Kind of looking down south at the moment. And as you can see, there is an aircraft off in the distance. We'll probably that'll be a setup point for most of the show, and then we'll just track the aircraft coming in. We've got plenty of aircraft coming in right now. Let's see, checking here. This is from DCA, 737-800. All right. Have to get myself situated a little bit here as I'm rotating around. A little bit on the tight side here, but we'll make it work. Lots of activity here. As you can see, that's the aircraft that just landed coming in next. Oh, look at that. Gulfstream 280. That's something you don't see a whole lot of around here. Just a little ways out. I love these that say, where's it coming from? Not available. Where's it going? Not available. Well, clearly it's coming into Seattle, but I don't know what's going on with Flight Radar 24, but it is what it is. Let's switch over to our other view here. So you see we're kind of a little bit in it's a valley that Seattle International actually is, it's built on top of a plateau. So we're kind of, the aircraft are a little bit, we feel a little bit closer to the aircraft because of the way the runway is. The runway's a little bit higher directly behind me where I'm looking right now. So let's see, what do we got coming in next? Oh, okay. Airbus A321. This is from JFK. So we are going to have a really steady stream of aircraft coming in today, which is cool. This is the only runway being currently used for arrivals. So coming up behind here from Orlando, 737 MAX 9, all the way from Orlando, land of Mickey, Disney, and a bunch of other stuff. All right. After this, Southwest coming in from, looks like, oh, Love Field. Right on. Headquarters of Southwest Airlines. Lots and lots of 737 traffic here today. So this is a 737 MAX 8. Only a 2-year-old airplane. All right, see what's coming up next. There's just a stream of them coming in. All right, Alaska. Oh, from Palm Springs. Nice. Take me some Palm Springs. This is your first time in, welcome. This is Go Flying, based here in the Seattle area. We are at Seattle International Airport, formerly known as SeaTac. And we are on the south side of the airport. We're catching all the arrivals on 3-4 left. The departures are on 3-4 right. And they are a real bear to watch from the south side of the airport without maybe breaking some laws. So we're not going to do that. But they are setting up a new observation deck, and I'm hoping that we'll get a chance to utilize that for plane spotting, but you never know. All right. So there's an Embraer 175 from Palm Springs. Alaska. Okay. They're just going to keep coming and coming. No complaints here. Next up. See what we got here. Next up is from Vancouver, another 175. This one, Delta Airlines. All right. What a struggle that was to get back on the internet. But thanks for hanging in there. We are live. I think we've got enough data to get us through the show today. We'll see. That was interesting. All right. So where are we at? We've got on approach from Raleigh Durham, Carolina flights. They're out of there. And you know, the terrible thing was when we were offline there for a little bit, a Korean 777 flew right over. So that kind of stunk. I did record it, but yeah, that kind of stunk. Okay, let's see who is coming up next. We have an A321 from DFW. Pull that up here. Just a little ways out. 7-year-old aircraft. So for those of you who are joining in at the moment, what we've got going on, we're at the southern end of Seattle International, formerly known as SeaTac. This is Go Flying, relatively new channel, and so we're just getting our subscribers going. We're based here out of the Seattle area. My name's Jeremy. I usually go by Rainy Cajun online, especially a lot of the aviation streams, other fellow plane spotters out there on the internet. So, hi to everybody. Being on the south side of the field is probably the most ideal location for the watching arrival traffic. The north end of the field is great for catching departures, but in all seriousness, unless you've got a super long lens, you're catching those things when they're already, several hundred feet, if not close to 1,000 feet above. So, all right. Alaska 175 from Boise. Out on the heels is an American 737 MAX 8 from Philadelphia. Here we come. All right. Next up, Alaska, another 175 from Boise. Oh, hello. Camera wanted to tilt back on me. We had ETC running before. I'm not really sure what happened there. Let's see if I can find out what's going on. Okay, yes, I'm verifying I'm human. But I love these things. I don't know what it's doing to verify that I'm human, but whatever. Okay. Go. E-175 from Boise on Alaska. Following that, from Narita, we've got an Airbus A330 Hawaiian Airlines on approach. A330 all the way from Narita, Tokyo. All right, liking the sound of that. Speaking of sounds, there we go. I didn't even get a chance to sound my heavy alarm. Oh well, next time. All right, Alaska coming up. From Spokane. Another 175. And right after that is a Southwest flight. All right. Right on. Lining up behind, I believe, Southwest from Oakland. Okay. My camera wants to keep tilting back. I gotta push it forward here. Change the balance a little bit. Hello. Nice. Japan Airlines 787. What's going on? There we go. Nothing is coming in at the moment. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got an Alaska on final from Tucson. I know somebody lives in Tucson. Seven 737-900 ER from Tucson here. That's very nice. And right behind, San Francisco. A little bit ways out, but an Alaska 737-800. Wow, this is an old plane. 17 years. Never a dull moment during the daytime here. All right. Coming up next. Oh, special livery. 737-800 again. This one from Anchorage. All the way from Anchorage. Okay. What we got coming up next? At the moment, nobody. All right. Well, there's some downtime. We like downtime every now and then. Not all the time, but sometime. As I said earlier, before we were rudely interrupted by running out of data, we're expecting or awaiting the opening of the observation deck at Seattle International. At the moment, we don't know when, but I'm hearing this month, April, but the other thing that we don't know is whether or not they're going to allow people like myself to come in and set up our gear and sit there for, a few hours at a time. Don't know what their plan is for that. But that's okay. We'll figure something out regardless. Hello. People see the camera set up, sometimes they'll do that. Okay, what is coming up next? Is this our lull time? I don't see any aircraft on approach. Oh, here we go. What's that? Alaska, 175 from Portland. Well, we'll take what we can get, right? Oh, we got another one coming in here. Oh, here we go. We'll have a heavy coming. 787. Very nice. I didn't get to use my little heavy intro. So you can see, if you're looking at the map display right now, well, you are because I'm looking at it. I'm broadcasting it. If you look at the map display, you'll see kind of where we're situated. It's kind of right where it says groundworks here. That's where we're at. Well, sort of. We're more like here, Jim's detail shop. But anyway, that's the flight path, and we're quite literally in the flight path. And so as the sun progresses during the day, I mean, it depends on how many hours I can stream with this thing. Depending on, what time of day, we might get some sun illuminating the aircraft instead of just these big silhouettes that fly by. But You know, I'll take what I can get. Come back here in an afternoon. Yeah, that might be fun. Catch some, as long as it's good weather. This is a great place to set up. And do I have a visual on either one of those? Nope, I do not. Still a few miles out. Got to do a selfie here. Okay, I got a visual on 175. I can definitely hear. Let's get. All right. E175. Coming up next, going to be our British Airways. (787), and you know what that means. We're going to have to use our heavy alert for the very first time. I'm there on final. All right.
Here it comes! Get ready for the heavy!
I had to do that. Oh, that's nice. Following up on that, from LAX 737-800. Another older plane. So we'll probably go, I guess we'll go until we run out of data. Or hopefully that doesn't happen. But if in case it does, we'll just call it a day. And I'll figure out how it is. I'm going to get this data working. But we got a new hotspot, so we should not be dropping out at all. As long as I've got data on the SIM card, we are good to go. All right. After that, 737 MAX 9 from DFW. And then after that, another 175 from Portland, Delta. So they're coming in now. Let's pull that Alaska up. And I can see both of them. You know, this will probably be a really cool place to spot at night. Well, I don't know if it's that safe. Probably is. Okay, so 737-800 Alaska Airlines from LAX is next up. All right. And then right behind is a MAX 9 from Dallas. It's just a couple years old. Interesting. I've noticed this before. I've just never figured I'd call it out. You notice that the landing lights are alternating brightness on the port and starboard sides. It still has intensity, but it's just which one puts the tie beams on. I guess they're doing that just for identification purposes. All right. And then we've got from Portland, our 175. Tiny little 170. Well, tiny, but 4 years old. Delta Airlines. So we're looking south. This is the south end of the Seattle International Airport. We're just off the approach end of runway 34 left, which is the arrival runway. The departures runway is 34 right on a north flow day like this. And so we get some really good views of the landing or arriving aircraft from this vantage point. With the airport being on a plateau, we also get an opportunity they're a little bit closer to us because their approach path is just slightly lower. So we are fairly close, as you can tell, to the approach path. So there's a pretty massive amount of rotation we have to do with the camera every time the plane goes by, but it's nice to have them this close. Okay, let's check our radar and see what's coming up next. Another 175. Kind of the 175s are popular today from LAX. A few miles out at this point. If you're new to the channel, jump in, say hi in the chat box. Always like it when people chat back. Let me know if anything's looking off or sounds off or anything like that, but you know, so far so good. All right, getting close here. Perfect. All right, bringing up right behind here from Boise, another 175. This is the march of the 175s, apparently. Keep an eye on my okay. No data warnings from T-Mobile. That's a good sign. I won't shut down my stream again. All right. Delta E175. From Boise, Idaho. Next aircraft is not too far behind, but still decent enough. A little bit earlier, it was kind of crazy. We had a decent amount of aircraft coming in. It was unfortunate that we had to go offline for a little bit, but all right, let's see what we got coming in next here. Alaska from Newark. This is a 737 MAX 9 as well. Seen a lot of MAX 9s and 175s, C-175s today. A couple of heavies coming in, which is always good. Right. Sorry about that. That was the wrong button. Right on. And who is next? Do we have anybody? Oh, here we go. Delta from Minneapolis. 737 900. Let's take a look at what we got coming up here. I knew it was a little windy. Yeah, out of the north. That's right. Okay. Arrivals. What do we got coming in here? Delta, let's see. Boise, Vancouver, another Philadelphia. Is that all right? No, this is. Oh, I guess they're delayed. No, that doesn't seem right, though, because it's way past that time. No, I guess it's not. So it looks like we have another 787 coming in, which is cool. And let's see, what do we have, any other heavies here? No. Well, that's okay. We will roll with whatever gets thrown our way. But looks like we've had landed. Oh, this all landed. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, that makes more sense. So it looks like a lot of smaller aircraft. We do have at 1220 estimated 1207, so not too far from now. A A340. So that might be good. Stick around for that one. Currently scheduled to arrive at 12:07. So, if that's the case. That's not too far from now. That's 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes from now. So, we'll stick around for that, and then we'll probably call it for today. Much happier with the connection now that we have a solid, stable connection here. So thanks for watching. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate that. I know there's a lot of channels that have live streams for aviation. This is one of the few for the Seattle area. And we don't hang out just here. We go to Boeing Field right up the way. When I say right up the way, it's probably about 7 miles as the crow flies from here. And then north is Payne Field, where they manufacture some of the heavy aircraft for Boeing. What used to be where the 747 was made. The 777X is being made there right now. There's dozens of them out on the ramp. And so we every now and then when the Dreamlifter's in town, we'll drive up there and catch it. Share it with you guys. Nothing on approach at the moment. Oh, we got it. Alaska coming in here. It's okay, 175. Oh, and this is the Wazoo Cougs livery. I'm going to have one of my offsprings going to Wazoo pretty soon here. Should be a fun one. I'll have to record this one for later. All right, 75 is getting close. Let's the big screen. That was cool. Okay, what we got here is 737-800 from Phoenix, Delta Airlines. And what is next? Yeah, this is kind of the lull right now. Another Delta from Boise. So as you can see, I'm just kind of navigating around, seeing what's coming in. We've got an Alaska United, both on approach, and then we have a Delta from Boise that is over. You know, this is always fun. How would you say this city name? If you're not from the area, take a guess. How would you say that? It's not pull y'all up, by the way. I got to figure out. So we got the Alaska overtook. Okay, so this is from Reading. All right. I was asleep at the wheel there. I didn't switch my camera angles fast enough. What am I doing? Okay, so that is not from Reading. That was Delta that just landed. That was Delta. Oh, that was from Atlanta. 737-900. And let's see, next up. There's more coming. I know that much. A little windy here. Okay, let's see. We're back with you. I count 3 aircraft lined up, which is really amazing that I can see them because my vision is not that great. But they're coming in for sure. Got a guy flying right overhead somewhere. Already out of from Vancouver to not available. I gotta love that. What does that mean exactly? Okay, so Alaska 175 from Reading on final right now. That's an aircraft that you see in the little window. Let's switch it over to the big window to get a full view of that. I don't know. Might be. All right, 175. Took a little while, but they're here. That head you see in the shot is my son, who works at SeaTac, and he is joining me after he just got off his shift. So let's see. I know. Okay, so next, yet another 175. This one from Boise on Delta. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and check in the chat box. That would be ultra cool. Say hi, howdy, how you doing? We are on the approach end of runway 32 left at Seattle International, formerly marketed as SeaTac Airport. But they've changed all their branding, as you can tell by the little logo in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Now going to the right. Yeah, they got a long time to change it. I mean, it was SeaTac forever, right? So they definitely have the work cut out for them in rebranding. All right. We had another aircraft too far behind. Let's see. Yep. This one from Orlando. 737 MAX 9. Every now and then I'll stream from Boeing Field, and we'll catch the test flights of the MAX 10s and the MAX 7. And of course the 777X. So if this is your first time on the channel, check in, say hi, howdy. This is Go Flying. It's pronounced like G-O, go. I am originally from Louisiana. I'm actually of Cajun descent, so that's a kind of a common phrase, a way to kind of identify yourself as Cajun if you have an E-A-U-X at the end of your spelling to basically make it an O sound. All right. So here's our 737 MAX 9. What is coming in after that? Another Alaska. This one from Ketchikan. And this is a 737-800. Pretty old, 19 years old. 800. All right. 737. Ketchikan. That's somebody's car, by the way, folks. That does not sound good. Still going. That is far away at this point. That little microphone I got on this thing works well. Okay, coming up next, looks like we got a Delta 321. Okay, that's a little bit of an upgrade. I got the 321 in sight. The best thing about this, with the exception of this stinking power line, or I believe this is just a tension wire. Yeah, that's all it is. Going across the view, is it's relatively unobstructed, certainly when the planes get close to you. So this is a Airbus A321 from Salt Lake City, Delta Airlines. That's one of their hubs. Very nice. Okay, let's take a look and see what's coming next. that's next. It's a 330. Nice. I got a 330 coming in. Sweet. From Amsterdam. Oh, yeah, look at that. A330. I see it out there. This is Lufthansa coming in. Yeah. So we get some heavies in today. We had the Japan Airlines 787. Haven't seen the Alaska 78. Maybe that's an afternoon flight. Yeah. They're flying in Narita? Ugh. I don't like Narita. Well, that's kind of a waste. Okay, we got to sound the heavy alarm.
Here it comes! Get ready for the heavy!
All right. Well, that was a nice flyover. Oh, you did? That was great. After that, oh, they've been messing with me here. Yeah, that's just slightly. It's like which plane is arriving here? This is kind of, from Houston. We've got a 737-900 Alaska Airlines on approach. Yeah, Tim, so far, you're the only one. But that's okay. You're always welcome. Pip had to work pretty late this morning, so I don't know if he's going to be around. We're just going to be here a little while longer. We're waiting on a Lufthansa A340, and then we're going to call it for the day. Oh, yeah, there's Washington. You're right. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, because Houston's IAH, not AED. All right. All right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't. Well, we've got an aircraft on approach. It's right here. Oh, there it is. This is a stellar spot if you like looking at the underside of an airplane. A lot of undercarriages. Yeah, I'm just wondering, the thing we've all been talking about is whether or not when they open up the the observation deck, if they're going to allow this. I'm guessing no. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you can go out there with a long lens and shoot some photos, but bringing a whole rig like this, I just doubt that. Seattle's not been. I've been through TSA with the camera before, with the video camera before, with the what do you call it, the visitor pass? Yeah. You just can't film. You can't film commercially. And theoretically, because my YouTube channel's not monetized, I'm not making any money off of this. So it's not commercial, but still, this looks like a rig that most people would not just carry into an airport, you know. Oh, that's cool, Tim. Yeah, I'm really curious. Pip's been out there a couple of times. I'm wondering if you've been able to do much spotting over there. I just don't know. I've only been through Denver as a passenger, never as a spotter, so I never really had the opportunity to scope out sites. But, that's something to do. Yeah, well, I can't use your benefits yet. I thought I'd wait 6 months. No? I can go to Denver now? Wow. I think the missus might have an issue with that, and work might have an issue with that too. Excuse me. Yes, I know I can go to Rome on the 787 after that inaugural flight that's overbooked by how many thousand people? A lot, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they got at the Alaska headquarters, the gift shop here. They, I guess you're supposed to call them and check in when they'll send an email when the new 787 show up. Yeah, it sounds like you have to run in. Yeah. So the Alaska sells the 787 models, and we tried to get one a couple weeks ago, and they sold out so fast. Everybody likes that Aurora livery. I think it's pretty slick. I mean, it's the background for my live stream. The really big one? Big one what? Yes. There's two models. There's one that's like, well, I don't know exactly what it is, but one of them was ridiculously expensive, like $300. Yeah, $380 for that model, and I don't even know if I had a place to put that anywhere in the house. Denver because I was going to wait for the poster to come, but yeah. Well, hopefully you'll have a good summer there, Tim. I know that Denver can get a little toasty in the summer months, but obviously it gets fairly cold in the winter. But being right on the edge of the Rockies there, I'd be really curious to see what kind of weather you guys get. I know that when Pip was visiting, he encountered some pretty severe weather, which was, I guess, kind of part and parcel. I've the only go-arounds I've ever been a part of have been with flying into Denver. That was the only time. All right, what do we got coming in here? From Orlando, it's an Airbus A321 Delta. can hear that wind picking up a little bit in the sound. That's definitely getting windier as the afternoon starts to roll in here. Let us see where we're at with things. Got another Delta coming in here. Of course, a 175 from Eugene. Behind that, we've got a 737-900 from Las Vegas. Stacking them up here. Another Alaska from Salt Lake City. Another Alaska. That's 175. So we got several aircraft on inbound. They are? Okay, so Ren has informed me that Lufthansa has joined the downwind, so we should see it fairly soon here. I got our Delta 175. Got a visual on that one. It's a great day here in Seattle. Spring is a weird time for the Seattle area. You know, all the trees are blooming. You can see over here the green trees. You know, everything's. That's really dark. Brighten that up a little bit. Yeah. You can see. Really nice, and of course, blue skies. All right. But it is, it's weird. One day it'll be great, and the next day is just terrible. So hopefully we'll have I know the whole weekend, sounds like the whole weekend's supposed to be nice, which is good. All right, switch over. Yeah, that would be great. I think I would get promptly tackled or arrested if I went up there. Such a great day. Great day for plane spotting. And our Las Vegas flight is on a final right now. 737-900. Little long in the tooth, 9 years old. Okay, getting close. You can tell that they got a little wind action on their final here. I'm rocking his wings a little bit. So we are in a business park, office park, or whatever. We're in front of a Hertz, and then in front of like a truck or towing place and everything like it. So it's a fairly industrial area. So you're going to hear lots of 18-wheelers going by. I'll do my best to not film them. Okay, so Salt Lake City, 737-900 ER. All right. Just above the wire. So you can see with being on the plateau, with the airport being on the plateau, it looks like the plane's kind of gone beneath the, it's landed. Trust me, there's no booms. Lufthansa's on final. All right. Okay. So we've got a Alaska 175 coming in. And then we've got from Chicago, 737. So then the Lufthansa's got to be, oh, there it is. Right there. So as I mentioned, we'll stay on here until the Lufthansa comes by up and over us. So I got 3 more aircraft to go, and then we'll call it a day. So far, this has been the almost a perfect stream in terms of technology. Almost. Still got little kinks I got to work out, but we'll get there. Oh, I hate the 175. Well, hate is a strong word, but I really don't enjoy flying in the 175. We used to fly that all the time when we go from, like, Houston and Baton Rouge, yeah. Ugh, not fun. No, that was United. Yeah. Yeah, and those things it's so easy to whack your head on the overhead. Of course, if you're new to spotting, or specifically spotting out here in the Pacific Northwest, This is kind of, if you haven't guessed it already, this is kind of Alaska's headquarters. Like almost every plane that's landing. Speaking of a landing plane, is this what I think it is? From Frankfurt. A340. Now get this. This thing is 26 years old. So this plane was made in 2000, before you were born. Before my oldest son was born. That's crazy. Well, hey, it still works. The thing about the 340s, that like everybody's going to two engines because they're more fuel efficient. The 340 still around, it's still a good plane. It just sucks more gas than the twin engines. Yeah, same here. I used to fly the 747 from San Francisco to Tokyo a lot, yeah, when Unitem still had them. Speaking of which, get ready.
Here it comes! Get ready for the heavy!
All right, and here's our 340 on final. And that is a pretty darn good way to wrap up the show, I think. Unless I see a heavy on approach, which I don't believe we have any. I'll just take a peek, because you never know. Now you can hear those thrust reversers going right now. Reversers. What's wrong with me? Yeah. I've had my fill of Max 737 Maxes today. Yep, I think that's going to wrap it for today. But, oh, we have a Shanghai, but that's... What is that? Yeah, it's still 30 minutes out. Okay, folks, we're going to wrap it. Thank you so much for joining, Tim. Thank you for being a part of the chat. I appreciate it. We'll keep doing this more and more as the summer months go by. Got a lot of places that we're going to be either here at SeaTac, Seattle International, Boeing Field, or Payne Field up north. And who knows, we might be able to go some other places during summer months. Not really sure. But until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later on.